This is the crossover symmetry. We bought this for people having shoulder problems. So we're just going to kind of go over what we want to see here. The first thing is, if you want to do this, you need to show up on time to do it. Don't show up late and expect to get this done. And I'm not going to wait for you. Once it hits 10 past the hour, we're moving on. So people need to start showing up on time for once in their lives. Let's make sure we're actually showing up for a change. Especially if you want to get this done. I'm not going to wait for you, so just keep that in mind. If your shoulders keep hurting and you aren't willing to show up on time, then it's not my problem, it's yours, okay? This is what we're going to go over. This is the activation, which is the warm-up, okay, which is this whole part right here. This is the recovery, which is post-workout, if you have time for that. This is plyometric, which is done like after a lot of gymnastic stuff. The stuff on the back, it's called the iron scap. This is to really strengthen the scapula, but we're not going to go over that yet. We're going to let people kind of get the feeling with the warm-up before we go over this. So we'll go over this in like a week or two. But as far as this, the warm-up, right, it tells you right now that this is at eye level, this is at knee level. Eye level is right here. If I switch it to knee level, I just unclip it, take it to the eye level. That's all I got to do, okay? Right here, it shows you the movement, it shows you how to do it, tells you the reps, 5 to 8 reps for everything, and then it also tells you the cord right here. This is a high tension cord, low tension cord, and then it says like novice, high tension is 10 pounds, low is 3, competitor is 15 is for high, low is 7. Most of us are going to be novice. Don't do competitor until you've done novice to see how it feels. These bands will tell you the poundage. This is a 7-pound band. Right? It tells you right here, this is 10, this is 25, whatever. So it tells you everything in here, okay? So we're just gonna go over the movements and kind of what we wanna see, some do's, some don'ts, and then you guys will be good to hit it. So the first one, the row. It says I need a high tension cord, okay? The biggest thing to think of here is that we want to always cross over the bands as far as what we want to see for tension with the bands. I walk until there's a little bit of tension and then I take an extra half step, and that's it. The knees are bent, feet are shoulder width apart. For the row, the first thing I'm going to do is just pull, keep my elbows high, and squeeze my shoulder blades, right? A lot of people are crazy on the traps and they really tighten up their traps, and we want to relax the traps and just think about squeezing the shoulder blades, right? The middle of my back. I want to make sure that my elbows are high, I don't have low elbows, right? And I'm just not using the traps, that's about it. So I hold here, hold for 2 seconds, then I reset. It tells you right there, right? Engage the scaps, hold for 2 seconds. So I would do that 5 to 8 reps. The next one is a reverse fly. It says use a low band. I'm going to do the same thing as far as tension-wise, same thing as far as squeezing the middle of my back and not the traps. I keep my arm straight, I pull, and then I squeeze my shoulder blades for 2 seconds, reset. Okay? Make sure that the arm is going straight out. I have this 90-degree angle. It's not going low, it's not going high. It's straight out. I'm keeping my arm straight, squeezing my shoulder blades. The next one is a crossover pull down. It says I need a high band. The biggest thing I want to think about here is pulling with the middle of my shoulder blades. And once I finish, I really want to squeeze my shoulder blades together like I'm pinching a pencil. Okay? So same thing with the tension. The arm stays straight, palms face away from me. I pull it down using my middle of my back, and I squeeze the middle of my back as hard as I can. Hold it for 2 seconds. Reset. Right? Pull it here, squeeze, reset. Okay? There's the pull down. Now it says I need to switch it over to knee level. So I'm going to switch it down to knee level. The first one is the 90-90, and it tells me that I need a low tension band. So I'm going to grab that, make sure I'm crossed over. The 90-90, what we're looking for here is the same sort of thing with the tension. The legs are bent. I'm going to pull my elbows high, and then I'm going to lift my wrists up. Right? Thinking about squeezing the middle of my back the whole time, not using the traps. We want to bring the elbows high, the wrists come straight back. What we want to see here is the wrist stays strong. I don't have any weak wrists, okay? And pretend that there's a stake from the elbow to the shoulder, and when I pull it up high, I just want to keep it at the same angle and just lift the wrist up. I don't want to drop the elbow down, right? I don't want to do anything with the shoulder. I just want to come up here and then bring it straight up. Okay, so that's what we're thinking about when we do the 90-90. Okay, squeeze my shoulder blades, bring it up, hold it for 2 seconds, reset, 5 to 8 reps. The next one is scaption. I need a low band. It tells me I need to turn away from this. I'm going to start with the band in my pockets. We want the same sort of thing with the tension. Palms always face away. My arms stay straight the whole time. I just lift it up till it's right above my head, not at eye level. And then I reset. Lift, reset. I don't have to have it straight out. I can have it at a little bit of an angle. That's what we want to do for the scaption. The next one is in-kind plus. It says I need a heavy band. I'm going to treat it like a bench, okay? Same sort of thing with the tension. The legs are bent. I'm going to bench it, or do a push-up, whatever you want to think, and then I'm going to spread my shoulder blades, right? I'm trying to stretch my shoulder blades, and then I reset. Push, spread, reset. Notice the bands are staying to the outside of the arm, so they're not underneath it, they're not over top, you want them to the outside of the bands. Press, spread. Okay, 5 to 8 reps of that. And then the last one is the victory. I need a low band. All we want to do is the same sort of tension, the legs are bent. I'm just going to pull it all the way overhead, squeeze the middle of my back, hold it for 2 seconds, and then reset. Make sure you don't overextend here. Stay tight with the belly. Right, once again, the arms stay straight. I pull it all the way overhead. Tendency people have is they like to go super wide with the band. We want to make sure it's up high and up close. And we are squeezing the shoulder blades, not using the traps. Okay? And that's your warm-up right there. It'll take 3 to 4 minutes. Doesn't take a long time. But like I said, you need to show up on time to get it done. This will fix your shoulder problem instead of just doing mobility and expecting it to change. You need stability, you need strength in the shoulder, and that's what this thing will do. Right? It'll give you stability, it'll give you strength, it'll be able to use it, get you in a better position, create mobility, stability, strength. That's what we want to achieve. So, if you're having shoulder problems, you need to start doing this every day religiously and make sure you show up on time to get it done. Right? If you don't do it and your shoulder keeps hurting and I told you what to do, it's not my fault. Alright? Good. Keep it.